Fallacy number 1, ad hominem. The ad hominem fallacy occurs when someone attacks the person making an argument rather than the argument itself. For example, if a coworker suggests a new process and we dismiss it by saying, "What do you know? You've only been here for a year," we're committing an ad hominem fallacy. How to avoid it? Focus on the argument, not the person. Evaluate the merits of the argument based on evidence and logic, regardless of who presents it. Fallacy number 2, straw man. The straw man fallacy involves misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to attack. For instance, if someone suggests improving office efficiency, and we respond with, "So you think we're all lazy," we're creating a straw man. How to avoid it? Address the actual argument being made. Take the time to understand the other person's position fully before responding. Fallacy number 3, appeal to authority. This fallacy occurs when someone argues that a claim must be true simply because an authority figure believes it. For example, saying, "This new software must be the best because our CEO endorses it," is an appeal to authority. How to avoid it? While expert opinions can be valuable, always look for evidence and reasoning to support claims. Don't rely solely on authority figures. Fallacy number 4, false dilemma. The false dilemma fallacy, also known as a false dichotomy, presents only two options when more exist. For example, we either adopt this new policy, or the company will fail, ignores other possible solutions. How to avoid it? Consider all possible options and outcomes. Avoid framing issues as black and white when there are shades of gray. Don't give yourself unnecessary stress while there are plenty of options out there. Fallacy number 5, slippery slope. The slippery slope fallacy suggests that one small step will inevitably lead to a chain of related events resulting in a significant impact. For example, if we allow remote work, soon no one will come to the office, and our productivity will plummet. How to avoid it? Evaluate each step independently. Look for evidence that supports or refutes the likelihood of the chain of events occurring. Fallacy number 6, circular reasoning. Circular reasoning, or begging the question, occurs when the conclusion of an argument is assumed in the premises. For example, "We need to trust this new policy because it's the right thing to do," assumes the policy is right without providing evidence. How to avoid it? Ensure our arguments are supported by independent evidence and reasoning. Don't assume the conclusion within our premises. Fallacy number 7, hasty generalization. This fallacy involves making a broad conclusion based on limited evidence. For example, 2 people in our department don't like the new software, so it must be terrible. How to avoid it? Gather sufficient evidence before drawing conclusions. Avoid making generalizations based on a small sample size. We may all be familiar with scenarios where a few of our friends doesn't like a movie but we find we like it, right? Fallacy number 8, post hoc ergo propter hoc. This fallacy, Latin for after this, therefore because of this, assumes that because one event followed another, it must have been caused by it. For example, sales dropped after we launched the new website, so the website caused the drop. How to avoid it? Look for evidence of causation rather than assuming correlation implies causation. Consider other potential factors that could explain the outcome. Understanding these common logical fallacies and how to avoid them can significantly improve our critical thinking and decision-making skills. By focusing on sound reasoning and evidence, we'll be better equipped to navigate complex issues and avoid faulty arguments. Have questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. See you around in IntelliWorks.